well, somehow a phone fell when I got up to let her out. So now I've got to try and remember what exactly I was saying. Anyways, I just really feel like that people are gonna, there's gonna be a change, that we're moving into a time that's gonna be abundant, that there's being so much money confiscated. Every executive order has these clauses in it that they're gonna take all of the people's property and stuff. I heard somebody yesterday talking about right now, and they don't even have everybody's money. Right now, just from the money that they do have, every single person on the planet could have $1 million and more. Like, there's plenty to go around. And it's not paper money. It's not the counterfeit stuff I'm talking about. I'm talking about real gold, real something that has real value. And there's enough for everybody. And if everything is revaluated in your cars, you're not paying as much, and you're getting paid for your time, and you don't have all of the bills, what is your thing you're going to do? Go out and have experiences. And I think that kids can learn so much more by going out. Like, oh, I was talking about the basket thing, and the clothes thing. But like a dad spending time with their kid and going out and showing them how to fix a car, going out and showing them how to build something, like passing on skills that are actually, I think, by reading books, learning skills, going around learning about other cultures, about other places, expanding your thinking, seeing how other people live, that is what is education. You know, going into these places and getting told a bunch of false information and indoctrination to control you. That's, I think that that's coming to an end. But back to the sewing thing is that I had, when I was in school, we had a class called home ec. And it was very, boy-girl thing. But there would be some boys that would come in home ec, but they had to, put up with a lot of people laughing at them. The boys, the girls wouldn't. The boys would laugh at them. But, and then they would just be like, well, so where all the girls are. So I don't know how many were there for all the girls and how many were there because they wanted to learn how to cook and sew. But then they had wood shop. And they had another class too that all the boys would go to. And the boys would be making wood, making all this stuff. It was really cool. And when my daughters got to be older, they could do wood shop and stuff too. I don't remember any girls being in wood shop when I was a kid. But anyways, they taught skills in school. They taught music. They taught art. And then they just started taking it away. But when the sewing thing, I would know, like I could sew. When I was young, I could sew myself a whole outfit. I could go find a pattern, and I was very tall and lanky and skinny. And so it was hard to find clothes that fit me. I didn't have a typical shape. And so I would have to change the pattern to fit my body type. So I just learned how to do that by myself. And so like you learn more things. You start creating more things. Well, then they took that out of class. And so I'm an avid go to the thrift store kind of person. I don't like to go spend $30 on a shirt that I can go to the thrift store and find something real similar that's $5, and it's recycling. I'm just not very much of a disposable kind of person, and like so many clothes get thrown away, even out of stores. A seam is open, and it's garbage. You can buy brand new tagged clothes from all sorts of stores everywhere that's got something like that is like a 1-second sew thing. And I started realizing how many people didn't know how to sew, have no idea how to run a sewing machine, how to mend their clothes. And so I even was going to start doing a sewing class around here, and I had so many people that wanted to come, and then it, as usual, becomes a bunch of people arguing over where I was going to have it. And so the whole thing got dismantled. But there was so many people who wanted to learn to sew, and or started asking me if I would sew for them. But I'm way more of a, I'll teach you how to fish. I'm not going to just go fish for you. I'll show you how, and you can do it for yourself. And then plus you get a sense of accomplishment. You don't get a sense of accomplishment having someone else do it. And, you know, I can see where somebody's too busy and has to work all the time, that they do it out of convenience. But still, I just think that that there's going to be a huge shift, that we're going to shift back to that. I just really think we're moving out of corporate America and moving back into made in the USA, made by individuals, starting small businesses. And I think a lot of these big corporations and the CEOs and university professors, a lot of these people have been doing some bad stuff, and it's all coming out, and they're all going down. And I think we're going to have, as all of these structures collapse, we're going to move into such a different time where people are so much more mindful and thoughtful and creative and spiritual. It's really going to be a beautiful time. Just as much as you can, just let go of the fear, let go of the phobia. Think for yourself. Don't listen to people who say something, don't look into this, don't look into that. Look into everything. Anything I say, you don't have to believe me. Go look into anything you want. Just look into it for yourself. And that's what we all have to start doing. We've all relied so much for someone to tell us what's going on. And I've learned so much more. Oh my gosh, I used to think I was political. And then once I started being in some of these chat groups and hearing these people talk that really understood politics and understood civics, understood government, understood all these different things, you start learning so much. And then it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know anything. I thought because I watched CBS News that whatever they told me about politics, because I paid attention to that part, that made me political. No. I mean, I was involved back in the Wall Street during that whole time. I really wanted to go to Wall Street so bad. But, and Anonymous and all that stuff, I lost my house. That's when I got diagnosed with brain injury and stuff and lost everything. And so I got involved going down to the Capitol and speaking to senators and, telling them this has got to stop. And I didn't even know then how manipulative it is, that this whole system is all manipulated. Them giving us a house, setting the interest, taking the houses, all of this stuff is all just a form of enslavement. But it's all ending. We're about to start over. We're about to have a huge reset on humanity. And it's all going to be what you make it. You have to be ready to create the life you want. Don't blame it on anyone else. If your life's not going right, go in and look at yourself. Think about it. Think about what's triggering you. Think about what you want it to be. Don't think about what you don't want. You're going to pull everything in. You're like a magnet, and you're going to pull in what you're putting out. So if everything's going wrong, then you got to reset something in here, because you aren't looking at things right. You're pulling that energy towards you. If you want that energy to go away from you, focus on the opposite energy. Focus on what you do want. Don't focus on what you don't want. And see the things that you want. Don't see the empty space. See what you want there. And then trust that if you want it, you're going to get it. You are a special soul on this planet. Every single person is a special soul. And the more that you expand, the more you're going to start seeing yourself and other people. You're going to start, even seeing in their faces. You start recognizing your own face. You start just, the more you start expanding your thinking and letting down your guard, the more you're going to see how connected you are to everybody. And the more you can accept people's differences. So just try and stay positive. That's the most thing. If you have to put affirmations around your house, that's a way it works. Just put happy notes around your house. Remind yourself to think good thoughts. If bad thoughts come in, you've got control of your mind. You can send the bad thoughts away. And, I think bad thoughts are coming from outside of ourselves, just like good thoughts are. And you have to take control, push them away. People do ceremonies, people do saging, clearing, all of that stuff. Anything. Recognize what your thoughts are, what your emotions are, and then take control of them. Take control of what energy is coming your way, what energy that you focus on. It's all, you create your own destiny. And that's what we're all doing here. So, talk to you later.